You are listening to The Morning Drive, and we are going back to the golden age of radio here in the Tide Studio. Husband and wife team Mike and Rebecca Surdick, owners, writers, and producers of the Williamsburg Old Time Radio Hour. It's a Christmas show that's coming up at the Kimball Theater December 23rd and 30th at 7:30 p.m. Mike, Rebecca, how you both doing today?
Doing great, thank you.
Good, glad to be here.
And you brought some of your cast and crew as well. Would they like to introduce themselves?
I'm Amy Miller. I'll be playing Beulah Tallulah, who be the mother in the Lucky story and the wife in the Association story.
Sam Miller. I'll be playing Rex Rosenkrantz, and he does a variety of roles such as Dr. Payne, not only the best dentist in town, but the only dentist in town. I'll be playing a postman and a grocer, and I'll be voicing a character for the Association.
And I'm Michael Jones. I'm playing Duke Hutton, the voice of the radio. So I'll be the main announcer throughout the show. I will also be playing a man with a sore tooth who needs to go to the dentist. And then I also play two characters in the Association, which is also our Christmas mystery part of the program, and I will be singing as well.
I'd like to comment also that we have another cast member who's not on the air with us right now, but her name is Deborah Sottleholm, and she's a local acting talent and musical songstress who specializes in earlier 20th century music. And so she and Michael Jones will be doing several duets in the show.
That is the team that is going to bring you the Old Time Radio Hour at the Kimball Theater later this month. Mike, Rebecca, maybe you two can tell me where the idea for this show came from.
Well, about 15 plus years ago, we were asked to do the sound effects for a production of The War of the Worlds. And we kind of took a deep dive real quickly into find out sound effects. I'm often seen going through local hardware stores trying to find just the right sound. And basically at that point fell in love with sound effects. So from there we kind of turned it into more and more radio shows, always looking for ways to bring Foley. And then Rebecca brought in her history expertise.
It's at the time we were doing War of the Worlds, I was heavily involved with local archive work at several local museums and university libraries, and falling more in love with Williamsburg history. At that time, I was good friends with a woman named Julia Oxreader, who was a lifelong Williamsburg resident. And for fun, she would drive me around and show me Williamsburg through her eyes. She was born in 1925, one of the first graduating classes of Matthew Whaley School, and her childhood was during the early years of the restoration of Williamsburg.
And you're trying to recreate a bit of that, right? You're trying to bring a slice of the 1930s Williamsburg into the present day. That's kind of the idea behind it, right?
Yes, and some of the stories that she told me were so charming, I thought people need to hear these stories.
Before we get too far along, can I get you to give me a little sneak peek of one or two of those memories, or a little preview of the show without, giving too much away?
Yes, one of the skits in our Christmas production is loosely based on Julia's childhood, and it features one of the most popular and requested cast members, and that is Lucky. Mike, would you like to tell everybody about Lucky?
Sure. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have brought in Lucky. Lucky is our favorite dog in the show. In a minute, Lucky.
That's right. He's a dog in the show, on the air.
He does all of his own stunts. And has a kind of a tendency to get in a little bit of trouble running around town.
So we do have a sample of one of the sections of our Christmas show, and we're going to highlight some of the talents of our beautiful and talented cast.
Yeah, let's get everyone to come around the microphone and give a little sneak peek, and like you said, a little scene, a little segment from the Williamsburg Old Time Radio Show. So take it away.
And now, back to our story. Just as soon as he was shushed out of the library, Lucky ran out the back door and straight onto Duke of Gloucester Street. That morning, the A&P was stocking ham for the holidays. Lucky wasted no time in offering to help with the inventory.
Hey, what are you doing here? This is no place for a dog. Didn't I see your picture in the paper? Shouldn't you be outside chasing chickens? If you keep running loose in front of my store, I'm going to start calling this Dog Street. You get out of here!
I wish everyone could see the expressions on Mike's face as he's producing Lucky over there. That's like basically just a snippet from the program, and it'll be stuff like that throughout.
Absolutely, yeah. We have lots of great stories and commercials and back in the day, many songs were used for radio ads. So we have a quick radio ad if you'd like to hear one of our shortened version of that.
Yes, I want to hear that. I want to see how a 1930s era radio ad compares to today. So let's hear it. Let's hear that radio ad.
When you need a hand for your table, and when no other meal will do, just remember ham from Virginia, the best in the world, yes, it's true.
Virginia hams, available now at A&P, Williamsburg's neighborhood grocery store.
Cool. That is not how they make radio commercials anymore. There's no singing, there's no choir. I love it. We're going to have to bring that back. You're giving me some ideas for the Tide right now. I just want you all to know that. Very cool. So is it just the 6 of you? I mean, is it just the 6 of you bringing this whole program to life? That is very impressive. That's a lot of work.
It is. I mean, the fun thing about radio is that you can be more than one person, or animal, as the case may be.
Where can people get their tickets?
Okay, you can find our tickets available at the Kimball Theater website, WilliamsburgOldTimeRadioHour.com, and eventbrite.com.
And I got to ask, when it comes to the research that you did, I mean, what were one or two things that maybe stuck out in your mind? Like, I mean, because you talked about, your friend, I believe you said it was Julia. Anything during your research that really caught your attention that, you're really, really most excited to share with a modern audience?
Yes. During her retirement, Julia spent probably 10 years indexing the Virginia Gazette newspaper, specifically between the years 1893 and 1925. When she passed away, she actually left this resource to me. I was able to index all 1,281 pages. It is now completely searchable and available online at archivewilliamsburg.org. And many of the resources, the characters, the businesses, and the personalities, and the PSAs are taken straight from this unique record of early 20th century Williamsburg.
Again, December 23rd and 30th. Mike, Rebecca, the whole team, I want to thank you all for coming in today to the Tide Studio and chatting about the Williamsburg Old Time Radio Hour.
Thank
you for having us.
Thank you.